Okay, the idea of the video today is office EDC. In other words, things you can have to be prepared for certain things that would be legal in an office environment and not get you bothered by HR. So we'll start with some basics. Swiss Army knife, that's the Swiss Champ. This is, of course, the largest one that's usable pretty much. My brother, he was in Britain and had not the Swiss Champ, but the regular Swiss Army knife with the same size main blade and the same size saw. He was able to use it for camping to get a fire going, and although later on he said he'd wish he could go back with a folding saw and a proper fixed blade, he was able to do pretty good. If you were at work, this, like for instance, this is always in my backpack. No matter what else I have this in the backpack. If you had this with you, you'd be fine. And it was legal to carry in England. If you can carry it in England, you can carry it most places. Another example of something you can carry almost anywhere is this tiny Rough Rider. It's the tiny toothpick. As you can see, it says love, peace, friendship on the blade and has a pink handle with peace sign. I carried this on an aircraft in Canada in 2018 because now we can carry small knives again. But it's up to the security person if you can get on the plane or not. They have final decision. So this is pretty non-threatening. It was no problem. Got on the plane both ways. Good choice. If you have on a plane, you should be able to have it at work. This Case Peanut Classic has a tiny secondary blade which I won't pull out because it almost busts off your thumbnail. Main blade is the main one you want anyways. But it's, once again, it's the same size that can go on a plane. I didn't bring it on one, but you could. Good to go. Zero tolerance, 0235. This thing has great steel that holds an edge for a long time, carbon fiber scales. Also, England safe, because it is a slip joint. It uses dual détentes for a slip joint mechanism. If you can carry it in England, should be able to carry it at work. This one would be a problem in England because it locks. They don't like you carrying locking folders, but as you can see, it's the tiniest little blade. Unless you're in England, no one at work's probably gonna have an issue with this. This thing is tiny. It'll open a box, open your mail, sort of, kind of stubby, that's about it. But useful little thing. I would rather have this with me if I was having to do any actual work though. Got a tiny little fixed blade a friend gave me. It's about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch length of blade depending on how you measure it. We'll open a box. That's pretty much it. It's small, pretty inoffensive. If someone at work is complaining about this, well, just keep it hidden, I guess, then, but shouldn't be a problem. For fire making, we have, of course, good old-fashioned Zippo, choice of generations. SE Knives ferro rod has a little compartment that opens up. I won't bother opening it up, but it has tinder in it. You can put whatever tinder you want in there. As you see, it's been used a certain amount. Actually scrapes pretty good with the metal saw and file on the Swiss Army knife. Works really good for it. If you're somewhere where you can't have a blade of any sort, you can have this little thing. It's a pocket tools. Not sure the name of the model. A buddy gave it to me. It has a tiny little box wrench. Has a little hex driver or bottle opener. But this part, it's kind of ground into a semi-edge. So it has a point and an almost edge that allows you to rip open boxes. So you can open boxes at work, and I mean, you could have this anywhere, courthouse, anything. It'll probably open staples. Good to go. Well, Phoenix E12 flashlight. Good to be able to have flashlight just in case power goes out or whatever. But you don't want to always have something huge that's going to freak out. Like if you work somewhere where they're going to freak out about this little knife, for instance, then they might even complain about a decent sized flashlight. HR is probably not going to go anywhere, but why risk it? Of course, pen is always handy. This one is zero tolerance tactical pen. I've never had to use it for anything other than writing. Pretty sure I'll never have to use it for anything than writing. But if you're in an office environment, being able to write is actually probably pretty handy. As it's just a little silver coin, the American Silver Eagle. Just kind of carry it as a fidget thing, and well, I mean, if all else fails, you should be able to get a cab ride or a burger in exchange for an ounce of silver. If things have collapsed to the point where you can't even get a burger or a cab ride for an ounce of silver, you probably got bigger problems than what you can carry that's listed on the table. But yeah, that's it. Just a quick little thing, the idea of stuff you could carry in an office environment that won't get you arrested, that actually could be pretty handy. If I had to carry just one thing out of this, I would carry the Swiss Champ here. Swiss Champ also has on this side, here, has a pen. It actually has a tiny little pen that goes in this little area here. So yes, if you can carry only one thing, the Victorinox Swiss Champ is probably the best thing. There's all kinds of tools, keep you handy fidgeting for hours and hours and hours. It even has a little screwdriver there and the corkscrew to adjust your glasses. So yeah. But if you live in an area where you can carry more things, which you probably do, then choose from any of these things or just use them as a starting point to think about stuff you could carry.